Hello and welcome, or welcome back. Today I want to talk about a topic that is definitely near and dear to me. And that's the idea that we're all somehow behind, and also how to redefine what success actually looks like. To be honest, as a woman in my 30s, I have pretty much chronically felt like I was behind. Even though I did everything that was prescribed, I got good grades, I went to university, I got degrees. And the sort of idea that, if you do those things, then you're going to end up in a job, you're going to work your way up, and you're going to end up with a fancy title, something that impresses people around you. And yourself. I also didn't go the prescribed route with, having long-term relationships in my 20s, settling down, having kids, 2.5 kids, the white picket fence, that whole deal. I spent a lot of it traveling. But even though I enjoyed these things, and I enjoyed my 20s and traveling, and I actually enjoyed school, so it was fun for me, so I don't regret going. But I don't think going to school got me anywhere that I wanted to be. And if anything, I feel like it set me back with the amount of student loans that came with it. And the thing is, this dream about, the white picket fence and the fancy title, I feel like is pushed on us by society, and in some cases our families. My family did not push me in that direction, so I'm fortunate in that way, but I still felt that societal push. Why are you doing this? Why don't you buckle down? Why don't you settle down? Why don't you spend some time at this company that you hate, that sucks the soul out of you, so you can earn that fancy title, and we can be like, hey, this is our insert family name or friend who is, vice president, executive director, or, whatever fancy title you want to insert at XYZ company. But what I've realized as I've gotten older and as I've talked to my friends and friends of friends, or even just seen the discourse sometimes online, is that a good portion of the people that did exactly that, progressed at a company that they hated and got the fancy title, have the white picket fence and got married young and all those things, are not happy. They chose to forego their dreams, their passions, whatever it may have been, and went the societal acceptance route. And now don't get me wrong, some people are very happy in their lives who have gone this route, and other people have completely eschewed this route their entire lives and are happy. And that's wonderful. If that's you, then that's wonderful. I'm happy for you. But for the rest of us, which I think is the majority, we sort of realize that we've been sold a dream of a life that doesn't really exist. It exists for a very few of us in a way that makes us actually happy. And in a way, this social construct is a mirage. It's something we're supposed to strive for, that we're supposed to spend our time earning. And it sort of like leaves us feeling like, what's the point? What's the point of life? If everything that I'm supposed to do are things that I hate, that make me unhappy. So the point of life is unhappiness? And that's sort of what we start feeling, but that's not true. And what we really need to do is break out of this social construct, out of the mirage, out of the prescribed way of behaving and how our life should look like by 25, by 35, by 45, and so on. The truth is, your life is your own, and you can make it whatever you want to be. Some roads are harder than others, and sometimes it pays to get experience and learn what you like and what you don't like. But you have to be responsible for your own choices and the results of those choices, whether they're good or bad. And I feel like this sort of invisible pressure sort of lent itself to me feeling like I'm even more behind now, specifically with my goals, passions, dreams, things that I really want to do, because I tried to fit into that mold. I tried to do what was expected of me. But the thing is, it was just soul-sucking. And honestly, in one case, a particular company and certain events that happened at that company caused me to go on antidepressants. I didn't realize at the time until I left that job and then subsequently left the antidepressants and realized that those two were connected. But that's not a normal way to live. You shouldn't need to take drugs in order to get through your day because life sucks so much. Now, don't get me wrong, in some cases medication is good, it helps you balance, and it is needed, and it is not related to situations in your life. And that's a totally different game. This was very much a situational sort of depression. But you know what? Regardless of how it comes to you, depression sucks you in and puts you in a dark hole. And sometimes it takes a while to realize what caused it, if there was a cause like that. But in the meantime, it sucks. Everything sucks, and it's dark, and it's horrible. And I'm really glad that I left that behind and realized that. And now I'm sort of reintroducing myself to what my goals and passions and dreams, what kind of life do I want to live? Who do I want to be? And following that road. And that's part of the reason why I started even this channel as well, to see what other people were doing, to share my journey. So maybe at least one person that might look at this might feel less alone and less behind. Because no matter what your age is when you're watching this, you matter. Your life matters, and it's not too late to change or be what you want to be. It's not too late to make different choices if where you are right now isn't what's making you happy. Life shouldn't be about following a checklist that someone else created for our lives, checking off life achievements like it's a game. Regardless of what you believe personally, spiritually, this is the only life that you have as who you are right now. It's your only shot to be this person in this moment, in this life. You should make it the best that it can be. You should make the most of it. And one thing we need to realize, not just for ourselves, but for everyone else around us, is that life isn't a checklist. And whether you have checked off things and your friends haven't, or family members, or vice versa, it doesn't make you or them or anyone else better or more successful or more of a failure than the other person. Everyone's path is different, and there's beauty in that. There's beauty in that difference. Everyone should go at their own speed. Some people might have kids when they're 25 and 30 years after that think it's the best decision that they ever made. And another person could feel like their life was just ruined and all their goals, hopes, and dreams thrown out the window in the exact same scenario. Because the truth is, we're different people. We need different things. We want different things. And if we all try to fit in the same mold, it's not going to work. It never has, it never will. Now, the first thing you need to do if you want to take back control of your life is to really step back and take a look at where you are. And I would suggest making a list. Make a list of all the things that you love about your life. Make a list of all the things that you hate about your life. List your past dreams, hopes, goals. List what your job is now. List what you make. List what kind of money you wish you made. If you don't own a house and want a house, list that. If you want to change from a condo to a mansion, whatever the case may be, as outlandish as it is, list all the positives and negatives about your current life, as well as the life that you imagined, that you want, or even that you wanted. Right now, don't make any judgments about it. This is just basically spewing everything that's in your mind of what was, is, or could be on paper. Once you have done that, step away for it for a few days. Maybe a week. I'd recommend probably a week. Don't look at it, don't think about it, just leave it be. And then after a few days, start looking at the list of everything. And try to do this as non-judgmentally as possible. And as you're reading through them, a lot of the things that you've written will not really make you feel anything. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted a mansion when I was a kid, or I wanted to sail around the world. But maybe now that doesn't make your heart sing. Just keep reading. I guarantee you that there's going to be at least a handful of things, and maybe less, and that's okay, it only needs to be one or two, that really make you feel something, that make you feel excited, that make you feel curious, that make you want to learn more about it. Maybe one of the things that you listed was photography, and you haven't thought about it for years, doesn't make you feel one way or another. But when you're reviewing the list and you see it on there, all of a sudden you start picturing, well, what if I had become that travel photographer? What if I had taken a chance on it? What if I had bought that camera? What could I learn now? Your mind starts spinning on its own on it. Circle it, because it made you feel something. It may not be your ultimate dream or goal, but it made you feel something. And go through the entire list and circle anything that makes you feel excited, curious, passionate about it. Now, here comes the hard part. Once you've done that, take those things that you circled, whether it's 1 or 5 or 10, and then really think about them. If there's only 1 or 2, then you have a slightly easier time, because then you can go straight to the next step. But if you have multiple, you really have to sort of narrow them down to just 2 or 3 options that really make your soul sing. And also maybe differentiate between what you would want to, monetize, make a career out of, versus what just maybe gives you private pleasure that you can't really monetize, but you want in your life because for whatever reason you let go of it before. And when you have picked those 1 or 2 things, the top things, start making an actual plan and be realistic. Do not, throw away your 6-figure job tomorrow and go live in your car to achieve your dream to become a surf legend. Be realistic about what you can and can't achieve. You hate your job, but you make 6 figures. Okay, maybe downsize where you live. Start a savings fund. Save for emergencies, but also save for just living expenses down the road. Make it so that you can comfortably quit that job to pursue your dream. And take actual steps. What does it mean to you? Do you want to go on a pro tour if you're wanting to be a surfer? Okay, if you're 70, is that gonna happen? Maybe not. But maybe that could be a hobby instead. Or maybe there are amateur competitions that you can make money at. I'm not sure. I don't really know much about surfing, but you get the idea. Make a plan of how to get to where you need to be. And even when you make a plan, and I know this from experience, sometimes even when you make steps, they can feel overwhelming. And that's okay. Take a step back for a day or 2, then come back and break those steps into mini steps. Make an actual step-by-step list. Wake up in the morning, call this person, find out this information, buy this object. Make it as small as possible because for some reason, it makes it easier. It becomes less of a mental block to actually accomplish. At the end of the day, your life is your own. Don't clutter your life with someone else's dreams. Go for your own. No matter your age, it's never too late to redefine success on your terms. Life is more than just titles and timelines. It is about health and joy and purpose and passion. And don't fear the change that's about to come. It will be hard. There will be tears. You will regret your decision to go down this route. You will question whether you made a good decision. And in some cases, it might not be the right decision for you. Only you can assess your own life, where you're at, what you need, and what you can accomplish. And sometimes letting go feels impossible. But don't hold on because you're scared to let go. Assess the responsibilities that you have and then make the best decision for yourself. I can only speak from my experience and give suggestions on how to achieve it. But ultimately, your life is your own, as I have said before. To be honest, growth only happens when you decide to become radically honest with yourself about who you are and who you want to be. It's not too late, you're not too old, you're not too this or that. Trust your own timing. Now, what would your life look like if you stopped comparing yourself to everyone else and what they define as success? Leave it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. But that's it for now. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.